In one of my previous videos I tried to give you some tips about watching 360 videos on a screen. Now I'll show you another way, which one is even more exciting. As a 360 content creator, it's very important for me to see how 360 and VR videos are getting a part of the everyday life. Of course, there are expensive headsets and setups to play VR games and watch VR videos, but those are not really usable in everyday situations. It's not real life like to bring my huge VR headsets with me in my bag or even in my pocket saying, come on, let's watch some VR in a pub or in an every situation. It doesn't work like this. What we have in our pocket is our smartphone, and it's not the high-end quality for videos yet, but it can bring this format closer to our everyday life, and this is one of the most important aspects for VR to spread, because everything around us is about adding more and more functions to the devices instead of getting further equipment. So we need to find solutions to make VR more user-friendly in everyday life. Using our mobile phone is so obvious in this approach, as we all have our phones ready to attach it to a small portable tool. And first, here we have cardboards. I got this Kodak cardboard because I started shooting with Kodak Rig more than a year ago and got them as a gift. It was great, but I found it very difficult to bring along with me. It's made of paper, which means it's very sensitive, and as you can see, it's too big. I was traveling with it all across Europe, and actually it was always risky that it gets damaged somehow. Then I got these cardboards from Veer. This design is much better, as you can flip it out and close it back. It's much easier to carry, and it has a paper button on the top, so I can control video playback without removing my phone from this case. Now, talking about everyday use, I think this is a great choice to watch and show videos. But sometimes I felt like a salesman who wants to sell something all the time, because people just don't carry such things without any reason. But I was quite satisfied with it until I got this one. And this is the main reason why I started shooting this episode, because I believe this brings us more close to the reality how we could approach 360 and VR, and it's not only about the product, I talk about the idea. This tool is very small, and finally it's made of plastic, so it won't be damaged in your pocket or in your bag, and it allows you to watch VR very fast and very easily with your smartphone. You just attach the phone and that's all. Besides portability and strength, I found a very important side effect, which makes this tool really great, that watching VR is not an unsocial act anymore. You don't hide behind the headset or cardboard. Even if you have company, you won't be shut out of the conversation. You can watch 360 videos, but you're still there. And there's another important thing, that there are people who are getting sick watching VR in headsets, so it's much more comfortable for them too. Of course, this guy had its own disadvantages. For example, it's not so easy to find the best smartphone placement. It seems, but it's not. Because the phones can move out of the place very easily. It causes a kind of strange ghost effect. This can be a small problem when people are showing videos each other from hand to hand, and everyone must be sure that the phone is in the right place. But after all, as I told you in the beginning, it's all about something bigger. I think that cardboards and these things can bring 360 and VR into our everyday life, our social life, or on the streets. Hopefully smartphone screens will be better and better quality, so maybe this approach could bring some breakthrough for VR to spread. Oh, and just before I forget it, I'd like to ask you a question, guys. What do you think about my t-shirt? This is my own t-shirt with my own artwork. Hopefully I will have a big photo exhibition in the upcoming months here in Hungary, and this photo is one from that collection. Besides, I have a plan to launch a small web shop with posters and of course some t-shirts like this. So what do you think about the idea? Please leave me a comment, and of course if you have your own idea about the main topic, bringing VR into our everyday life, don't hesitate commenting about that too. What do you think about the limits, the problems in 360 and VR world, and how would you solve them? And if you like this video, please thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you are interested about Little Planet photography, feel free to follow me on Instagram too. See you soon, guys!